Valentina, what is your message at the ISSEEM conference?
I think main and the most important thing what ISSEEM is doing, conference and our organization itself, is showing to the world how much bigger our world really is, how many more of different kinds of possibilities are given to us humans, and we didn't even touch them, didn't even start to use them, and it really expands our human world into the world of the universe, and that is the most important thing. And for that, ISSEEM is really to be appreciated for this work.
And you specifically, what will you be talking about here?
About how to learn the paradox of speed and the time and ourselves in it, especially at this very moment. The speed that universe is offering to us kind of automatically sets us up in such a great hurry, and then we're missing everything. And it's a paradox that is not really well, or maybe unknown almost completely to our human mind, that paradox is if you want to do a lot and be in a very high speed, you have to slow down. And in a simple way, you slow down and doing your little things, you are becoming available to the real big things, and that is giving you a chance to respond to the request from the universe and move with them.
Can you describe how you work with people?
Oh, to me, it's like holding a child in your hands, and you put your heart into that touch, either with hands or somehow else, but it's always holding a person and listening. Where's that place that needs to be helped, and where's that cry that did not get response yet? And that's how everything is happening. Everything else is just technical things in a way, how you turn your hand, how you touch, how you push harder or not, or you don't touch at all. But basically that's what it is. The child that is so powerful, and then was so suppressed by the limits that we have created for ourselves. So then you gently take away, or helping to take away those limits, which are pain and fears and anger and other things. And then we start to see the child again, like a newborn child with all power and memory, and yet it's a grown person asleep.
How did you come to do this work?
I was always doing that, and coming to do that with my hands was just a one step. I mean, consciously with my hands, because I was already doing that with the touch of my hands, with the voice, with the eyes, but literally it was just a step to say, now I'm gonna do it with my hands, period. And that part was time to move, to make that step from being a scientist in a very classical way into becoming someone who learns from the nature. And I would say what made it happen, desire in my heart to do more and believe that I could do that. Everything else was already there. I just needed that only move.
And for a person listening right now who's wanting to release some limitations, go back to that state they were as a newborn, what might you recommend?
Probably I would recommend to spend more time with those that are just arriving to the world. Spend time more with the children. With the children, human children, it's easier, but with the flowers, animals, and all of them, that I have that freshness of light and memory that we somehow have put away somewhere, so it brings that back. And it's not necessarily human child, but I would say it's easier if we would spend more time with them. We would help them to start their mission easier, earlier, fulfill that purpose that they came with in much bigger and faster way. It actually will help our evolution in the planet go faster. For that, we need to learn how to learn without words, just by watching, by feeling. And that's the biggest learning process and fastest one. And we do not use that. We did not use it enough, and still do not use enough. We still want to learn through our mind, and it's great, but this is not something you learn by thinking and understanding. You just have to be around. But that's the fastest way. If we want our planet to move faster, or us to move for our planet along with the universe, we want to learn from those that just arrived. Someone said to me some time ago, and I really agree with that. He said he's visiting many of different gurus, especially in India, and he says the most enlightened are the children, just newborn ones. And we are like that, and many people from the mainstream will suddenly find themselves as the newborn ones. We want to help them with the freshness of the message, and that the most of it doesn't comes with the words. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't even know. We think we could deal with the words, and we are learning through them and looking for them, but we came to the point where that's not how it's gonna work. We came to the place where we should just let it go.
Is there anything else you want to share?
Always I want to share that love. It just, God, when you want, once you have experienced that in that much of appearance, I couldn't even talk about it without eyes coming to me. Tears coming to my eyes, because it just fills you up with that, I don't know, like your hands and your heart and your soul becomes much bigger than the world itself, and you just hold it. It's your arms, huge, and you have whole world in your arms, and that's what I want to share. And That's probably what we most needed from each other. I'm sure, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.